Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today it's a personal YouTube reading, order number 1363, and I will be starting with the palm reading. So this is your right palm and this is your destiny palm. So literally everything that you're destined for is written here. Before I start, I want to mention one thing to you. I know that you ask not to mention your name in the reading, in the YouTube reading. I also want to say to you, if you choose to practice the dark arts of magic or like any type of witchcraft, actually you're supposed to change your name. You're supposed to get your new magical name that is only going to be used for practice, because your name it doesn't really reflect your soul in the underworld. So if you choose to practice, make sure that you pick up a new name for your practice, only for your practice. So this is your right palm. The first thing that you have, which is like the most the most like obvious, and the first thing that stood out to me, it's this mark. This is the ring of Arcana. If you check it on your finger, this line is when your finger actually folds, and like the fold line, and this is the mark that tells me that in one of your past lives you've been in love with a demon. So this demon is still following you. So when it comes to your guardian demons or guardian spirits, the number one guardian spirit next to you is your guardian demon. You guys had 17 reincarnations together, and all the time you've been together in the past lives. So the connection is still very real, and it feels even physical to your demon. But I think you might be disconnected. I don't think you feel the presence next to you, and I don't think you even understand that there's some like relationship like this is actually happening with you. So this demon is supposed to guard you and guide you in this lifetime. This demon is supposed to make sure that you're safe, and supposed to make sure that you guys supposed to meet in the next life, like next reincarnation as well. Usually this mark means that you're supposed to be unlike in love, but you have this line that actually represents a true soulmate. So by destiny, you are given a physical human soulmate. So it means you're not supposed to struggle when it comes to like relationship or marriage. So you're supposed to be with someone. So this demon is actually, the sole purpose of this demon is to guide you and to guard you and to show you your path. And another interesting mark you have here, this is the demonic ladder. So it means in many of your past lives you used to practice witchcraft, and in this reincarnation you actually protected. You actually can practice any type of witchcraft. That's why I'm saying that you need your magical name, because you can practice anything and you are being safe. During your practice, your guardian demon is always protecting you. So this is very important. So you kind of have to hide your personal life, your human life, from the realm of the underworld, and then you can practice safely without any kind of like sometimes when we practice this energy affects our daily life. Like for example, when you take on clients, or when you take their pain too closely to your heart, or when some demons, for example, start getting attached to you and follow you. So your normal family might be suffering from it, because your house becomes like a portal, because you're always practicing in a specific like room or your bedroom. So this place of practice becomes like a portal. So other people in your family, they might start feeling different energies or different they might actually start sensing or seeing what you can see, or feeling like not comfortable at your home. But because you have this demonic ladder, it means that you are protected. And if you hide yourself from the realm of the underworld, from these demons and spirits, they will never going to be able to find your physical location, so to speak. So they will always going to be able to connect to your soul, but not to your physical body. This is also very interesting, because you are born with an interesting mark, like this pyramid here. It shows that you are born energy healer, but this is reversed and it's very attached to your physical line. So it means anything to do with healing, and it's kind of like part of your destiny, but it's also not supposed to be physical. So you can heal through energy, through words, through for example, giving readings or many other things. But physically, you're not supposed to be present. You're not supposed to be shown in the realm of the underworld. Some people are supposed to be medium, so for them, their body becomes a temple where they can host the spirits, for example. With you, it's different. Your physical body and your soul and your spirit is very different. So for you, it's very important to have the name, so they will never find a way, like, or a road, this path to your physical body. So you have this very rare ability to, when you travel to astralight or when you travel to other realms, your physical body is not shown, only your soul. So people like you, they called spirit messengers or spirit travelers. So even though you're human, but in the realm of spirits, you are perceived or seen as a spirit as well. So they get confused, so they don't understand that you're actually human, so they will never gonna go back to you. And that's what makes you so special and so safe in your practice. When it comes to your practice, you also have this. This is the mark of, it's called like a victory mark, and it represents the connection with ancient aliens. So if you ever been watching, I think you can find on History Channel these episodes about ancient aliens. So those are your ancestors. So you have this mark that represents that your soul is not from Earth, even though you are born into human form, but the origin of your soul is not from here. This is also very interesting because it connects with this line, and this line represents that in your life you're supposed to meet a guru, a person who's supposed to guide you. It's supposed to be a teacher, and it's supposed to be a human in a physical shape and form. So if you are serious about practicing and finding your life purpose, this person gonna help you a lot, but it has to come like naturally without you looking or like going crazy finding this person. This is something natural. This is part of your destiny. So for you, in order to connect with this, you have to seek for knowledge, because you have this interesting like mark and stamp here. It's called the knowledge of spirit. So for you have to look for all of these answers that you have, like for the questions that you have. So for example, if you're really curious about something, you have to seek your own knowledge. You have to seek your own truth. So if you're curious about ancient aliens, you're supposed to go and look for the answers yourself. You can watch something, you can read books, but whatever resonates with you, this is your inner truth and knowledge, and this is something that is only yours. So don't take everything that you hear or see like 100% for granted. Always ask yourself, use your intuition, this sense of resonance. What does it tell you? If it's something that you believe right away, or if it's something that you don't really trust 100%. So it's all about the resonance that you have within that's going to lead you to where you're supposed to be. This is not your last reincarnation. So make sure that you practice, because if you want to be born again with fully activated gifts and abilities in the next lifetime, you need to practice as much as you can in this reincarnation. This part of your palm, it shows that when you were a teenager, something happened to you. From the age of 9 to 12, you had this kind of, like people say, awakening. I would say it's some kind of initiation, because you're kind of like the path that led you to your soulmate and to your inner magic. It started there. Something kind of sent you on fires, and it's something happened that kind of made you curious about many things. It's like you open up your eyes for the first time. It has something to do with like this inner darkness that you have inside of you, and it was part of your destiny. And this is something that kind of happened to you in your previous lives and previous reincarnations as well. So while it was happening, so for you it was maybe, it felt like it felt very unusual. It felt like something that you experienced before, even though it was for the first time in your life. I think this is first time when you realize there is something off with you. You are different. This was first time when you start thinking about who you are and like what you are and why you're here. Interestingly enough, I know you have this bracelet with Nazar. It's called Nazar in different parts of the world. The name for it is Nazar. So this is a protection from an evil eye. The reason why it's blue and it represents the blue eye, because in many cultures in ancient times, blue was a divine color. It represented gods and it represented the connection with the divine, and it was like a protection that was given to people with brown eyes against people with blue eyes, because they used to believe that people with blue eyes were descendants of these gods of ancient Mesopotamia and Persia, and they believed to have like demonic powers, supernatural powers and abilities. The first reincarnation that you had on Earth, you used to have blue eyes. So kind of wearing this amulet that represents your connection with your divine essence. So having reincarnation for the first time on Earth with blue eyes, it means that you were part of this gods and realm of gods. So I think first reincarnation you had, you were a daughter of a god who created humans. So this is very important to you. So I'm really happy that you're wearing it, because also the color of your aura is blue. So anything that has to do with blue, this is the color for you that represents protection and connection with your divine essence. Blue for you is a sacred color, and when you see it, it's always a sign from your ancestors and from your universe that you're on the right path and everything is going to be okay. Also, it means that working with water is vital for you. Water is your element, and doing, for example, if you do readings, you always supposed to have either water next to you or mirror, because mirrors sometimes they can reflect, so they kind of like if you don't have water next to you, you can use mirror. And also candle wax readings and potions or anything to do with using water in your rituals or in your spell work. Also, you are a born witch. You have 7 marks of the witch all over the place. So it means you're born and you had many reincarnation practicing witchcraft as well. Having 7 marks of the witch, it means that this lifetime you're supposed to again look for knowledge and look for answers. So you have the purpose in your life is actually to be on a quest for knowledge and on a quest for finding the things that you couldn't find before, like find the answers that still bothers you, if it makes sense. So for you doing readings for yourself especially, it's very important, because when you ask cards, you kind of in a way asking yourself. So doing tarot readings will lead you to find answers within. The same doing candle wax readings or even palm readings, if you're drawn to palm readings, anything that has to do with you asking questions from yourself, this is something that's beneficial to your practice for sure. You have very unusual palm, especially here. This is still your right palm, and the right palm represents still the destiny. So by destiny, you are supposed to be like, your life is it's kind of like cut in 2 phases. So the first phase is the phase where you're trying to fit in and try not to be the black sheep of your family. And then the second phase hits when you become who you truly are, and when you start looking for your own path and for your own purpose. For you, you are born with the blood of gods in you. So for you, this divine true calling is actually do exist. And for you, it's very important to follow that path. Like destiny has so much for you. So destiny will lead you where you need to be and where you are, only if you look for answers, and only if you actually practice and if you actually learn who you truly are. You have these 2 marks here, like 2 lines. They represent ancestors that are always with you. And those ancestors are ancient Mesopotamian gods. This line here, it's called the smile of Osiris. So this is a god, like forgotten god, that was also believed to have like blue eyes. And he was the god of water, I think in a period like around like again ancient Mesopotamia times. And in Greek Roman mythology, he was to be connected with the Poseidon. So people used to believe if you have this amulet or talisman on ship, it will protect you from the wrath of the Poseidon. So for you, it's also kind of connection with your life path. So if you want to be safe and secure, you're always supposed to have like a blue amulet on you or next to you. And water, when it comes to working and connecting with your true divine calling, water is something that's going to give you answers, but also will test you. So for example, if you are a good swimmer, it means that water is actually loves you. But if you are scared of water, if you can't swim, it means water in this lifetime is actually testing you. So it's all about your connection with water from your childhood. Water, the element that's actually gonna help you a lot in this lifetime, but it's also the element that can scare you and the element that can actually harm you as well. So learn how to work with the water. This is your most important element in this reincarnation. So this is your left palm, and left palm represents your free will, so the choices that you make in life and how your life becomes. Probably like 80% of your life you are following your destiny and you're doing what you're supposed to do. But I see the only thing that you don't do in your life that is goes against your destiny, it's your career line. It tells me that you're trying too hard to be normal, and this is not who you are, and because of that your life sometimes can be boring or dull, and it feels like unfulfilled because you are not following the destiny that was given to you. Sometimes you're trying too hard to do things that's supposed to come to you easy. So for you, like when the universe like try to test you, it makes your life very, very hard. If you know that something is not given to you easily, it means it's not yours. You kind of have to let it go and leave it behind. The things that are given to you by destiny are supposed to be super easy, super aligned with your path, and like not dramatic whatsoever. You have this like interesting fold here. It shows that you have very strong connection with astrology and planets and zodiac signs. So if you decide, for example, if you're choosing a practice or what to do, people like you born with these faults here, like with these interesting marks here, they can become the most professional, world-renowned astrologers. Astrology is something in your blood because since ancient times you used to know this knowledge about, like you used to know the planets because you're not from Earth, so your soul actually has so much connection with different planets and realms. So for you, astrology is something very intuitive and very easy. This is something you're gonna understand right away. So if you're choosing a career path, if you want to do something in occult, I do really recommend to you astrology, and I also recommend to you ancient Egyptian like magic or rituals, working with demons. Like ancient Egypt also has like a lot of influence on your life, so this is something you can like do your research on. You have one guardian spirit who is also not a human origin, so it's not your ancestors, and it's not angel and it's not demon. This is, I think, one of the gods that perceive as a demon now, and this presence feels usually at night because it's not connected to the daylight time, it's connected to the night. So at night, whenever you see some kind of interesting dreams, or if you are experiencing anything supernatural, it has to do with this kind of like spirit guide that following you and trying to show you the reality that you need to learn and see. You have many folds here, so it means in this lifetime you have 7 people who are actually used to be reincarnated with you in your past lives. 3 of them are your family, and 4 of them are the people that you can call friends, or acquaintances, like people, maybe even people, one of them is from your work or previous work. So one person at work used to be with you in your previous reincarnation. This is actually very interesting. You are one of the few people I've met that actually very connected to past life reincarnations. You know, majority of people, when they want to do readings about past life or they want to find out about past life, it's just out of curiosity. For you, the past life still present in your current reincarnation because You are one of these people who never lose connections with people that you met in your past lives. It's like when you were choosing this reincarnation, you made sure that majority of people that you used to love in your past lives will be here as well. So it was very hard choice, but you made it happen. Because of that choice, because it was very conscious choice, and a lot of things that are not supposed to be happening to you, they happened. And I think maybe until your 20s, you didn't have your life easy. And it was because the choice that you chose this country, this reincarnation, this specific body to come to earth. And it was a sacrifice that you made in order to meet the people that you still have around you. I think the last thing that I want to mention, that by destiny and by the free will, in the future there will be 3 choices presented to you, choices that comes to where you're supposed to live. You will have 3 countries that you might call home in the future. So if in your mind you want to travel somewhere or go somewhere but you don't have like resources to do it now, don't worry, because in the future you're supposed to live in another country. This is your destiny and your free will, and it connects with demonic ladder as well, so it means it has to do with your work. When it comes to your work, like what you're supposed to do, for people like you, your destiny is actually to help people. You have the divine blood in you, you are of divine origin, so you are supposed to help people and you're supposed to guide them and lead them. Because you had so many experiences and you practiced so much in your past life, it means in this lifetime the choice is yours. Whatever it is you choose, astrology, doing readings, healing sessions, like YouTube channel, whatever it is you choose, it's purely your choice, because you have the freedom of choice, which is unusual because you're not marked like this is the future, and it's still quite clear compared to the other part of your palm. So it means you can decide what you want to do, how you want to do it. And this is amazing because this is purely your choice and it's purely based on what you love. When it comes to numerology, the number of your life path is 7, so the number of seeking, but you also, at the moment, you're guided by numbers 3 and 6. 3 means mastery, and it means becoming who you are, and 6 are the vibration of love and the vibration of darkness. So this is something you should consider, like do your research on all these numbers, number 3, 6, and number 7. Your life path is number 7, so look what's there, seek for answers. And also numerology is quite important to you because it goes hand in hand with tarot and astrology, so numbers are very important. So when your ancestors are actually talking to you, they use numbers a lot. I know you asked me about your soul purpose and what you're supposed to do, so literally I'm gonna ask these 2 questions before I proceed to candle wax reading. I'm gonna take it as a message to you directly, and what you're supposed to do and what is your soul purpose. And the bottom of the deck, can I leave it here to see it later? So the first 2 cards that fell, and we've been talking about numerology, so this is the number 6. So I think this is the message for you because this is 6 of mystics. So whatever it is you're choosing, whatever it is on your mind, the occult and supernatural is the only thing that's supposed to be guiding you in this lifetime, because you are too connected to it. And you cannot live your life without embracing this knowledge that you already have. And the second card that fell is the world. The world or the universe represents people that's supposed to be speaking to the world. So I told you that you're supposed to help people, so you have to go to the world, and it means you're supposed to be seen and heard. So you have to spread your knowledge, and you have to show yourself, and you have to be out there for people to see you. So anything to do with social media or doing readings for others is something that you're supposed to do. This is actually when I ask the cards what you're supposed to do. So let's see. So 9 of mystics, which is in reversed, actually becomes 6. And the cards that fell here is 6 of mystics. So I would say this is just the confirmation, the occult. Occult is your path. And by the way, tarot talking to you like crazy, it's like it becomes 6 of mystics in the most interesting way, because it was the first message that for me 6 of mystics represent the love for occult that becomes your passion and becomes your career in the future and the main source of your income. And then this is again reversed while I was asking the question, what do you supposed to do? You're supposed to do the occult, you're supposed to do basically what I'm doing. And the second card, the High Priest. So the High Priest represents literally the High Priest. Since ancient times, it was the only position that was always connected with magic and supernatural, because in ancient Greece, in ancient Egypt, in many ancient cities, this priesthood, this position of the High Priest was always in one way, of shape or form connected to what we call nowadays witchcraft or supernatural, because even the church used to be different than it is today. It was more, even church nowadays, they still do an exorcism and they believe in demons and they believe in many things that we also believe. So for you, it's to become the High Priest. Spread your knowledge and lead people. These 2 cards, I asked your soul purpose. So let's see what's there. And because tarot talk to you so much, it means you're supposed to use tarot for sure. Both of them reversed, because I think maybe the soul purpose for you, it's still like upside down, because you're still trying to fit in and you're still trying to be normal and you're still trying to avoid this path that's in front of you, because it's too out there and maybe you're scared to admit that this is who you are. And the first card is the Page of Shekinah, which is reversed. So to me, when it comes like that, 11 means alignment. So it's reversed, so it means you're not aligned. So usually for me, the Page of Shekinah represents the religion. When it's reversed, it means you're supposed to reconsider your views on religion and reconsider many things that being told to you. And your sole purpose is actually to create your own religion, your own dogma and beliefs. And that's why you're here. Because whatever Jesus did, you can do as well. You can create something that is purely your own, and you're going to be the face, the leader of it, and you will introduce it to humans. So there is something you're supposed to do that is, I would say, create your own dogma. And this is your sole purpose. The Star card, also reversed, represents actually like social media people who are into astrology, tarot, occult, esoteric sciences, dark arts of magic. So it's been reversed and telling me that you're not ready to embrace this, you're not ready to understand how far you can go. This is something that still scares you. So you can approach this as a client, but I don't think you believe that you can become a professional at this. But this is something that you're supposed to do. Major Arcana card, one of my favorite, the card that actually represents connection with the Lucifer. So it means you have the potential to talk to demons. This is the card that was on the bottom of the deck, and I usually like to check the cards. And it's 10 of Alchemy, so it's the beginning and the end. And this is the first time that when like kind of alchemy came. So I think being the bottom of the deck, this is like the end result. This is where you're going. So in the future, I think you will learn a lot about alchemy and a lot about, again, astrology, because this is astrological science and planetary science. And it all goes hand in hand. And sun and the moon, for me, it tells me astrology, numerology, symbology, sacred geometry, and alchemy. This is all the fields that eventually you will learn and eventually you're going to feel drawn to. And this is all of the stars. They have 8 points, 8-pointed stars. They represent the star of mage. So witchcraft, practicing witchcraft, becoming a mage or a witch, or just embracing your magical side. For your candle wax readings, I like to use flowers, and if you can see, those are the ones that makes my water blue because this is the color of your aura. So I used these flowers. Those are from forest. I'm not sure what's the name of these flowers, but blue is definitely your color. That's why I'm using it. Also, I'm using golden candle because this is, to me, always goes with blue hand in hand, because blue is the color of the divine, but gold is sun, representation of the sun. And sun usually in many cultures and in many beliefs, sun always represent gods and power of the gods and the power of divine. So I think this is the best two colors that actually represent you in this reincarnation. By the way, candle wax readings, something that you should try the first thing if you haven't tried before. The candle wax showing me that you have a lot of things on your mind, a lot of things going on. You are concentrated on too many things at the same time. So it kind of feels that you're all over the place, but only because you're trying to escape the one thing that you're supposed to do. You are distracting yourself from doing something that is aligned with your past. I think deep inside you know that the moment you embrace who you truly are, that the moment that you believe in yourself and you declare to the universe who you are, your whole life gonna be turning upside down, and you're kind of scared of this moment because you feel how much change it's gonna bring, and maybe you are not yet ready, but I see that you have this like opening in time, so to say. So you have this kind of portal that is open now. And to me, it tells me that you don't have a lot of time. Like this is the moment when you're supposed to make the decision. And judging how abruptly the candle ended, I think the message here is you cannot waste any more time. You have to choose, you have to decide, like right away. You see this part of the candle wax right here, it was liquid, but it's closing so fast. So you have less time than you think to choose your path. And it's not because it's not something scary. Just like sometimes you have to admit and you have to say to yourself that this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I want to become. And it's just, if you don't say to yourself, the universe will never hear it and will never know what you truly want. So it's going to be still sending you something that you don't need in this lifetime. But for you, it is the time when you're supposed to embrace who you are and you're supposed to decide who you are. And this is something very personal, something very selfish in a way, but something that needs to be done. You have to choose who you are. You have to decide. You have to say to yourself, admit it to yourself. In this point of life, no one is important. It's only you. It's like you're supposed to have this conversation with yourself. What I want to become, what I want to be in 5 years, and what kind of life I want to have in the future. And it's not about your family, it's not about your friends, it's not about your career, it's about you. Only you. This is the most important question, because the hardest part in this life is actually to understand who you are and to admit it to yourself. So this is time when you're supposed to do the choice and when you're supposed to make sure that you stick to this choice. So when you choose the magical name, this magical name is supposed to represent your life goal, your life purpose, and the path and the road or the calling that you're choosing. You have 3 weeks to choose the name, because the name, it's going to establish like the path, the road for you. And I want to see the bottom of the wax. So you see, usually the wax is very thick. This one is very thin. It's almost like see-through. So that's why I'm saying this portal that is very favorable, that is open to you. It's only until the end of this month, like the end of, not February, the end of March. So by the end of March, you're supposed to know your new name, and this new name gonna guide you where you need to be. I feel you are. I feel you already know what to do. You have many things figured out. It's just you don't trust your own intuition. You don't trust your own guidance. You don't trust these gut feelings that you have sometimes. You don't trust your dreams. You don't trust even the signs when you receive them. The darkest part of the candle wax was when the wax was showing me the portal. So your portal, this opening of time, is actually darker than you think. So this is something that connected with darkness, and this is something that connected with your demon. And this is something I think tells me that you need to embrace your darkness more. And darkness is not negative. Darkness is beautiful and it's powerful, and this is part of you, and this is who you are. The source of your power is from darkness. So don't forget that, and don't leave it behind, and don't ignore this part of you that needs to be acknowledged, especially now. And I think this is it. I don't hear any messages for you. I think honestly, I know that you know what needs to be done and who you are. You already decided on many things, and you know more than you can even admit to yourself. Just, I think it's time when you need just do something, and practice and become more active, and everything's going to be amazing because your destiny is very strong and you will be guided where you need to be. And good luck with everything. Thank you so much for this opportunity, for giving me this opportunity to do this reading. I think it's going to help a lot of people watching as well. And just email me if you have any questions, and have an amazing day.